So my name is Abhi. I graduated from University of Texas in 2015 with a PhD in material science. I started working at a startup right after graduating, and right now based in Austin, working as a senior scientist at Evonik Corporation. First job that I had after finishing up my PhD was at a startup called Structured Polymers. I had other job offers after I had graduated. This was one of the low paying ones, but one of the things that one of my professors told me long back was that we get PhDs because not because we want to make money, but because we want to do interesting work and we want to make some impact. Because it was a startup, a smaller company, new technology, I felt like this would be a place where I can make most impact. My case was slightly different because I worked at a startup, and one of the things that comes handy over there is being able to network. I got into the company because one of my friends was the co-founder, and he was the one who hired me. For people who are at UT, who are the students right now and don't know anybody directly who's in the startup world, they do have a resource at Austin Technology Incubator that is associated with the University of Texas. It gives them access to all the startup programs that are being worked on at the incubator, and it also through networking with these startups, they can find out about other startups that are doing work that is interesting to them. That is just part for the startup, but then getting into a corporate job, I think the strategies again that will help you will be start networking as soon as you can, maybe even in the first, second year of your PhD program. If you're towards the end of the PhD program, do it more frequently. If you're in the beginning, you can sort of take some time, find out who the people are that you need to network with, and then slowly build up a relationship. The career advice that I received was that even if I'm not looking for a job, I need to go and look at all the jobs that are being posted on different job forums. They don't have to be associated necessarily with UT, but they have to be associated with the types of roles that I want to work in. Basically, you go, you look at the job postings, you look at the roles that you're interested in, and then you look at the job requirements, qualifications. Do you need to learn a particular analytic technique? Do you need to learn about some instrument? What does a job require you to know before you show up for work? That was number one. The number two was contacting recruiters, finding out who the hiring managers were in these job postings, just getting in touch with them, sending them a cold email, and asking them, what do I need to do if I wanted to be in this role in 2 or 3 years. Once you do that, again, you can sort of start networking with them, and they also know that there is somebody who is looking for a job. Project that I have worked on my current role is actually one of the ones that I'm working on right now. I'm working with an industrial manufacturer who's planning to use 3D printing for serial production. The most important skill that I have used from my PhD in this project has been regarding design of experiments. So basically, how do I design an experiment? What kind of problems am I seeing during the serial manufacturing process? Is that problem occurring across a wide variety of machines? Is it limited to one single machine? Um, what what are the different modifications I can make to the process, and then what are the effects that it is having on the process? This question is a little interesting because I feel that even though I am a first generation student, the way I look at it is that I'm someone who's having this experience for the first time. It's just that in my family, nobody else has had this experience before. So what that means is that I just had to find mentors which were not my family members. The best mentors I could find were the ones who were my advisors, people who were technical technical people at the university, people who were just technicians at the university who had seen a lot of students graduate in front of them, and older students. I think in the American education system, you have this great thing where people can go to school at any age and nobody looks at them weirdly. But being able to meet with people who are in grad school at the same time as me, but had industry experience, had some technical know-how, had the know-how of how the corporate America works, that really helped me a lot. And that is basically what I use to navigate through the grad school. So meeting with these people who were, especially the older students, they were the ones who really guided me about like how I can even start looking for jobs. How do I network? How am I supposed to, who do I contact? One of the best pieces of advice that I got was that, if you should not feel shy to contact anyone that you don't know, because people usually love talking about their jobs, especially the higher up they are, the more they love telling you how good they are and how brilliant they are. So you really need to give them that opportunity and learn and get referrals while you're doing that. What I would look for would be the appropriate technical skills. In the corporate world, there is very little time that you get to learn. So the more skills that you come in with the better it is. I think like I may digress a little bit, but there's a big labor shortage right now in all sorts of industries, and the primary reason for that is not being able to find people who exactly match with the requirements that are for a particular job posting. And that is something that I would also look for. If I'm hiring someone, do I have to train them for a year or 2 years before they are able to be productive, or are they able to do what they're supposed to do from the get-go? The other skills that I would look for would be how well they work in a team and how good their leadership skills are. There were a lot of different tips. One of them was, you go to conferences and you meet up with people, or you go to different career fairs and you meet up with people. I just feel that a lot of that stuff is secluded in the university environment, and then you don't really get to do a whole lot. At conferences, you end up meeting people who are mostly academics. Through your advisors, you end up meeting people who are academics. I think the best thing that I ever did was just sending cold emails to people who were hiring managers or people who were working in an area that I was interested in. You send a message on LinkedIn. There is so much social media right now. It's so much better. It's so much easier to dig up someone's information that you want to get in touch with. So the best thing is that you write a personal email to the person you want to network with. You tell them exactly what you're doing. You tell them exactly why you email them, and start talking to them. Maybe at the end of your first conversation, tell them if they would like to mentor you, and the answer in most of the cases is a yes. And then, set up a schedule with them, maybe speak with them every 6 months or so, just so that they remember you and just so that they can also update you on the current scenario in the industry that you're interested in.